What's up, my good people? You know what I'm saying? I hope y'all taking care of y'all except today. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know what to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, share, comment, and smash that doorbell for me, baby. You heard me? And keep God first, baby, over everything. So to note, my good people, I'm gonna let this video take off. Please, let's catch you at the end, baby. Let's go.
Alone is bigger than just one shooting. See, here's the part that's really shaking the community. This ain't just affecting the rappers no more. It's the kids, the families, the people who have nothing to do with this beef. It's a trickle-down effect. We watching it unravel in real time. Now, fam, earlier this year, we briefly went over a story regarding one of these rappers who got arrested for a murder 6 years later. Named rapper friend, daughter's birthday party. They get shot up, leaving 4 people deceased as of now, and over 10 shot. Not to mention 2 of the 4 that lost their lives was kids. Now, I know that was a long intro, but I want to make sure y'all stay on point, fam. So today, we putting this in order, chronological order, that is. We're breaking down who are these Stockton rappers. Filipinos has been active in North and SoCal all the way back since the 70s and 80s. Some well-known documented Filipino and affiliated groups. Son of Sama, SOS, Satanas, STN, Pointy Real, PR. So Stockton, California having a Filipino-based street crew is not unusual at all. What makes it stand out is the branding, the rap connections, and the modern era. But sad to say, their main enemies is not against their own race. It's against African Americans. And that's pretty much what we got here today as the layer for this story. You see, one of the groups that's some say connected is Flatboys. It's a Filipino Stockton set. Filipino members, younger Stockton blocks. They have some blacks. It's a Crip culture. Also have rappers, who we'll later identify. You see, they not an organized gang in the old school structure. It's more a neighborhood crew with Filipino roots, influenced heavily by Crip culture in Stockton. Flatboy members often online use blue colors, see references, Crip Mud Brothers. It's another Stockton crew / name that gets tied to some Filipino members, some Flatboy associates, rappers, videographers, and social media activity. And the overlappability came from Filipino or Pacific Islander youth, especially mid-2010s to now. And now we got that caught up, let's speak on who rep these crews. Now some say it was a track titled In My City, released 7 years ago with over 12 million views. I ain't counting.
The niggas turning to scholars. I never went to college like my mama, papa wanted. I promise that I'ma make it out. It's all I...
Back in October 2020, MB Nail was one of 33 individuals who was arrested for illegal activities of the Asian Boys, Muddy Boys Crips, Lil Ruthless Criminals, Comstock Crips, Loketown Crips, and Asian Crip criminal street gangs in the area of Stockton, California. According to Stockton police, the entire investigation seized 38 firearms, 40,000 in U.S. currency, 1 pound of suspected C, 5 pounds of suspected methamphetamine, approximately 13,000 of suspected ecstasy, and an abundance of marijuana, quote unquote. Now, MB Nail managed to escape this, and 2 years later, he spoke on this on No Jumper.
Welcome to the USAVA.
Everybody's phones was tapped, and they just had like a big ass investigation going. It was all type of shit. But
your phone was tapped?
Yeah, my phone was tapped for like 6 months, and everybody else, like everybody on their phones was tapped and everything.
Really?
And that wasn't even the first time. My phone been tapped a couple times.
Wow. And so they just arrest everybody?
They found a little just pills, like little pills. That's it.
And they tried to give you a case for the pills or what?
Yeah, that was it.
Oh, okay. So
that shit was easy.
But
I didn't kill while he was in his car. In the back seat was his young children, 5 and 6. This happened on May 29, 2024. The children were not the primary targets, but the 6-year-old did sustain minor injuries from potential glass. Thank God they made it. It happened at around 10:20 p.m. on a 2400 block of Tilden Park Street. And the crazy part is, this was in the car. And like we said at the very beginning, once again, eye for an eye, right? I'm not saying it's right or wrong, but if that's what you out here doing, expect that to happen to you too.
Name for 48, someone got stressed. Ain't no donkeys over there, cause we the ones who really step. Had to switch out from the singing. It's the time I brought it out. And it's free, my brother Band's gonna hold it down till he get out.
A 26-year-old man was killed as 2 young children, just 5 and 6 years old, were inside the car. KCRA 3's Danica Hill spoke with concerned families as police are working to find the gunman.
That's really key for our investigations team to figure out why this homicide occurred. trying to develop that motive, whether it was targeted or not, or gang-related or not.
Officers responding to reports of a shooting outside a home on Tilden Park Street near Houston Avenue just before 10:30 Wednesday night.
When officers arrived on scene, they located a 26-year-old male victim inside of a vehicle in the front area of the residence who had been struck multiple times by gunfire.
That man pronounced dead on the scene. 2 young children were also in the car, one taken to the hospital for minor injuries.
When children are involved, it definitely heightens everything. One of the victims was transported to an area hospital for minor injuries. It appears that it could have been maybe glass or shrapnel, and the other juvenile was fortunately not injured.
Are you describing the sound of the gunfire to that of a war zone?
Whenever something happens like this, especially a homicide, it doesn't just affect the victim and maybe that exact residence or house. That entire community is impacted.
I did speak briefly with a family who told me they wanted to keep it a private matter. Right now, police have not released a suspect description and are pleading with the community to speak up.
Getting to the surveillance footages for the houses is crucial, and so we really lean on the community's help. Our detectives are out there knocking on doors, but if they weren't home or maybe were scared to answer the door, Stockton Crime Stoppers is a phenomenal way to help our investigators get to the bottom of these, to help the community feel safer.
And we know that the children that were involved in this are with family tonight. And as a reminder, Stockton Crime Stoppers is completely anonymous. If you have any information that could help lead to an arrest, you are asked to call Stockton Police. Here in Stockton, Danica Hill, KCRA 3 News.
Fast forward to the weekend of Thanksgiving. 4 were killed in Saudi. MB Nail was in attendance. Of course, Stacks locked up for a murder that took place 6 years prior, which is also the dude, as we just mentioned, who was rapping on killing the dude in front of his kids. Gunfire erupted inside a banquet hall in California's Central Valley. Several of the 14 victims, including children and adults, were taken to a local hospital. 4 have been confirmed deceased. Their identity wasn't released, but the ages was confirmed: 8, 14, 22, and 30. May all 4 rest in peace and love condolences to their families. Stockton police say the early preliminary investigation showed this was a targeted hit, of course. Now, it also has been rumored that rapper MB Nail was one of the 14 people who were struck by gunfire, and there was an alleged shootout that took place. As of now, that's pure speculation. But what we do know, hours later, the Fruittown neighborhood was seen with heavy police presence, which is also a neighborhood connected to EBK that has public tension with Flatboys and MB.
In a deadly Stockton mass shooting. Good Sunday morning, and thank you for starting your day with us. I'm Austin Castro. Officials say it all happened on Lucille Avenue near Thornton Road, an area surrounded by businesses and homes. Investigators call it a targeted attack. The family event, a party ending with gunfire on Thanksgiving weekend. Now, this right here is video from the scene last night. Investigators say a suspect is still on the run right now, and so far, no description has been released. This is what San Joaquin County District Attorney Ron Freitas had to say.
It's our understanding at this time that the individual responsible is still outstanding. If you have any information as to this individual, reach out immediately.
Said, please call Crime Stoppers. You can leave an anonymous tip. We've got work to do, and this type of violence, again, our city is better than that.
ABC 10's Gabriel Porter.
In the minutes after the tragedy unfolded, it was here at this parking lot, this strip mall, where we're told some of the crowds first ran to try to get cover. There was so much adrenaline in the air, but the heartbreak was palpable in those first few minutes. We were on scene less than an hour after the tragedy unfolded, which means we saw those groups of first responders, dozens of police cars, fire engines, and ambulances, and most heartbreakingly, families and mothers sobbing, asking where their kids are. People who live near Thornton Road and Lucille Avenue say it all happened so fast.
That was a lot of gunfire.
At least 3 bursts of gunfire, Jason Amoson said, and after a fleet of first responders.
There was probably 10 to 12 ambulances, every fire truck, every police officer.
At first, he didn't know what had happened, but he saw, as we saw, on the cold concrete and under the dark sky, families breaking down into tears.
Afterwards, there was a lot of people that walked out, a lot. yelling for their kids and stuff like that.
Is really what's sticking with me and with so many here tonight. Those parents who just wanted to know where their kids were. Tragic to know that so many of them will never see their loved ones again. As many of you know, I was born and raised here in San Joaquin County. I've been to the strip mall several times, just a couple weeks ago actually, for lunch. I have friends who live in this neighborhood.
All right, my good people, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to go ahead and snap that video that down, you know what I'm saying? Y'all know my favorite word, you heard me, you know what I'm saying? Let me go ahead and take off with this, you know what I'm saying? And I'm going to stamp this, you heard me?
You see, within the last 24
Man,
hours,
look here, man, come on, man, come on, man, you know what I'm saying, man? It's like, man, come on, man, like,
had his child's birthday party.
how can you do that? How can y'all young crash, dummy, knucklehead jits can really stoop to that level knowing that it got kids all up in there? Okay, I tell you what, you feel me? Y'all need to quit rapping about who y'all done stepped on, right? You need to quit bringing back them old wounds that y'all is already buried and y'all want to cook it back up like in a crock pot. You feel me? You need to stop doing that. You know what I'm saying? Because 9 times out of 10, man, when you go out and you take your kids such and such place where y'all can have a nice time, and this was popping off on Thanksgiving. You feel me? It's like, man, come on, man. The holidays ain't no holidays no more, baby. You know what I'm saying? The holiday is bodies dropping. You feel me? The holidays no holidays no more. You know what I'm saying? But the push come to shove, and I'm going to stamp this here, right? Now, you know what I'm saying? While y'all keep doing that, guess what? You know what I'm saying? You got an auntie, you got uncles, you got kids, you got mamas, you know what I'm saying? Y'all got all these type of people, you know what I'm saying, in y'all family, right? What if somebody come through and this, you know what I'm saying, rip y'all whole family, man, from out your heart, like you ain't got nobody to turn to, nothing but just God, right? And you better pray God don't turn his back on you. You feel me? Because only person you going to have in your corner if they wipe out your whole entire family, you going to go to God, right? But sometimes it's going to be too late to go to God. Because y'all want to go to God when something happened to your loved ones, right? Why you can't go to God now to stop what you doing? You feel me? Why you can't go to God so God can tap into your notebook so he can help you, you know what I'm saying, redeem or either come, you know what I'm saying, to the light of day saying, you know, hey, I'm not doing this no more. You know what I'm saying? I'm not sliding. I'm not stepping like that. You feel what I'm saying? Because 9 times out of 10, I'm going to tell you something, man. When you lose your whole entire family, you ain't going to have nobody to turn to. You ain't got your uncles, your daddy, your sisters, your brothers, your kids, your grandkids, or whatever. You ain't going to have nobody by your right-hand side. You feel me? You think your homeboy going to be by your right-hand side? When you checking the dirt net with the maggot, no, he going to be still out here alive, walking around, blood pumping through his veins. You heard me? Oh, of course, he going to go to your little funeral, you know what I'm saying? But after that, what they going to do? Pour bill on you? You know what I'm saying? What they going to do? Oh, rest in peace. You know what I'm saying? Forever, woo the woo. Guess what? You know what I'm saying? The dead don't know nothing. That mean the dead don't know nobody. You feel me? You can sing all the saying, rest in peace to sister woo the woo. The dead still don't know nobody because it speaks in the Bible say the dead don't know nothing at all. You feel me? It's just something, man, that y'all young G's, man, need to think about, man. You feel me? You know what I'm saying, man? I'm trying to really help some of y'all young G's out there, man, that's out there thinking thugging is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Thinking gangsters, that's what it is. You feel me? You got homeboy behind that big cage doing big numbers. You feel what I'm saying? Ain't gonna never touch down to see Charlie Brown no more. You feel what I'm saying? And while you out here trying to still do your thing, if you want to be smart in this game, if you want to be, you know what I'm saying, the way that you want to be powerful enough, I ain't talking about powerful in the streets, I'm talking about powerful in your mind, powerful in your heart, and gain the knowledge and gain the wisdom, man, that God will teach you and show you if you really want God. But some of y'all don't want God, you know what I'm saying? Y'all want life or death. You feel what I'm saying? Y'all want to be in that flat line of line, like you just dead, zipped up, over with. You can't speak. You can't say nothing. You feel what I'm saying? And that's just, I'm stamping that because when y'all gonna learn about souls, man, soul is real thing, man. People got one soul. And some people want to give their life to God with that one soul they got, because that's all they got. But y'all be trying to take that person's soul, and people's soul is so thin. But guess what? You got to remember, when God say he going to make you remember everything, that means when you go to hell, man, look here, man, you going to remember everything that you did, you said. You know what I'm saying, disrespect your parents. You don't disrespect the elders out there. You don't disrespect everybody out there. God say he'll make you remember. And I hear a lot of some people say, you know what I'm saying, they ready for hell. Oh, partner, you ain't ready for hell, baby. You feel what I'm saying? You don't know. If you know how hot a fire is in a house, when you know what I'm saying, lit up, and you burning drums and all that, you know how that heat coming from that, guess what, baby? Hell gonna be hot, gonna be hotter, and you gonna burn real slow. You ever heard of ever afterlife? That means you gonna be burned forever. That means you ain't gonna never stop being on fire. Cause that's how long you gonna be, you know what I'm saying, down there in that dark tunnel with the devil, no light of day. The only thing you gonna see is this flame. That's all you gonna see, baby, and I stamp that. So all y'all young people out there, man, wake up, man. When you gonna wake up? Stop doing crash out dummy stuff and think that's what it is. You feel what I'm saying? And whatever y'all be doing with y'all little narcotics or whatever, I'm gonna tell you something. Them Japanese or whatever, man, they, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna say nothing too much about that because I know a whole lot, but I'm gonna say this here, right? You know what I'm saying? Gang recognize gang, right? You know the Fed recognize gang too, right? You feel me? And you know God know everything up under the sun. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? What God speaks about in that Bible, man, y'all need to stamp that. Y'all need to stay on top of that. Because if you don't, I'm telling you something. You're going to have nobody to turn to, and you're going to mess around, and you're going to have to turn to your enemies. And guess what? That might be your worst nightmare when you have to come to your enemies and knowing that you don't did that to your enemy people and their kids and their loved ones. And then it's going to be a hard pill to swallow. You feel me? And I'm going to see how much man you is. I'm going to see how much gangster you is when you got to turn to your enemy. You ain't got nobody to turn to. Because God will make sure that you will turn to your worst enemies. You feel me? And I stamp that. So on this note, my good people, you know what I'm saying? Y'all come and let me know how y'all feel about the situation. You heard me? You know what I'm saying? But man, that just common sense is free, man. You feel me? If y'all think I spit the truth, let me know. Get in the comments. You feel what I'm saying? Let me know what's popping off. You know what I'm saying? Don't be scared. I'm like anybody else around the world, baby. You know what I'm saying? My heart, my vein pump through just like y'all do. Ain't no wrong, baby. You know what I'm saying? Don't be scared to smack that like button. Don't be scared to smack that doorbell. And please, don't be scared to comment. You know what I'm saying? Because, hey, I'm trying to do what I can do. And I pray that y'all do what y'all can do. But do it the right way. Because doing everything wrong ain't always sweet. It ain't going to always come to you sweet. And I stamp that. So on this note, my good people, you know what I'm saying? Y'all know what to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, share, comment, and smash that doorbell for me, baby. You heard me? And keep God first, baby, over everything. So on this note, my good people, we gone.